Welcome to van build day number 8. I don't know how am I gonna put on my food? Anyway.
Hi, I'm Jen. This is Kyle, Ben, Molly, and Eli. We're nomads, inspiring you to live a life that you love.
Got a lot of work to do today. We've got a couple packages already made it in this morning. 2 of our holding tanks have come in. Expecting quite a few things to come in today, so I'm gonna try to put in a full day. It's a little earlier than we typically start, but we got a lot to do. As you can see, as I showed you guys last night, we got quite a bit done yesterday. Hopefully we can do the same today. I figure if we can stay on that pace by this time next week, it should be looking like a camper van. Hope I'm missing a couple key components. I'm having a hard time finding the water tank I need. I really want a 30-gallon tank, but I've only been able to find a 25 that'll work in the spot that I'm trying to put it in. Hopefully today I'll be able to nail that down and get one of those ordered, and hopefully we'll have a productive day. Without further ado, let's go. Today we're working on painting the couch. One of the good things about this couch, the way we built it, is we were able to take it in and out and do some work on it as needed. So Jen and Molly spent most of the day painting the couch, getting it ready to fully assemble and put it inside the van. Meanwhile, I was over there cutting up the shroud for one of the Max Air fans. I found using this little jigsaw with a blade is the easiest way to cut these shrouds to fit. Sandy's over here in the van going through the wires, the 110, the 12 volt, making sure they're all where they need to be. All right, I'm gonna just take you guys over here and show you a little bit. We have not been filming a lot for the vlog because we've been neck deep in this little filly right here. So let's go check on Jen, see what she's got going on. What you got going on there, sister?
So we're actually using our fabric, this fabric, to cover the black that was on here and the black that is up there because we want it to be nice and pretty.
So yeah, this is where she's talking about. We ended up stuffing this area with the Havelock wool, to get as much insulation as we possibly can. So they're covering this panel.
Peek of what it's gonna look like.
Oh, look at that! It looks very westerny. Kind of what she's got going on. I don't know if you can tell. It's a rainy, starting to get some rain in here. Really kind of coming down over the mountains over there. I know you probably can't see it, but we've been making a little progress. We've got quite a bit going on. There's Jed, little work tent. I don't even know if we've showed you our work tent in the video yet. We've got our little tool bench back here. Speaking of our Havelock wool, we got it right here. Let me show you the back. The back side of a Sprinter, not the back side of water. But yeah, there she blows. And that's not octopuses hanging from the ceiling. That's some wiring that we stubbed out. Here's our bed platform that we've been working on the last couple days. We got a lot of things coming in. We had some stuff coming today. We got a lot coming in the next 2 or 3 days. Hopefully this time next week, we'll be, this van will be looking like a camper van. So let me get back to work before I lose my job. That pays nothing, but yeah. Well, welcome back to van build day, I believe 8. Anyway, it's been a hectic few days. Been really bad. We've had a lot of work going on. We've kind of just been chasing parts a little bit. Kind of want to get you guys caught back up to speed. But before I do, this episode is sponsored by Pioneer. Pioneer Mini Splits is an industry leader in building mini splits, but now make an RV AC, what they call a bench AC. So huge shout out to them. Thank you so much for sending us one for the video. Once we get to using it, I'll probably give a full review of it. But again, thank you Pioneer for hooking us up and making this build possible. So yeah, we've got a lot done the last few days. We've got some wire. I don't know if you can see the wire hanging around me. Here's some over to my left. Most of the wiring done. It's all pretty much been ran. We kind of just been hooking things up the last couple days. The bed frame built. The bed frame is pretty much completely built. We've got the center wall, which is going to separate the garage from the dog kennel. We got the couch over here, which some of the upholstery's gotten done. So we're making some headway. If you can see above me, there's some of our LED lights that have been put in. So we've had a pretty, successful couple days. We got a 30 amp plug put in yesterday also, which was a little bit more aggravating than I thought it would be. You had to drill a 2.5 inch hole inside of the van. We got some of the door panels upholstered. I was able to get them insulated the other day. We pulled them off, insulated the inside with the Havelock wool. Kind of a fresher look, kind of go with what our theme in here. We're pushing hard to try to get this thing done. We've got 10 or 11 days left to be here without having to extend our time. I'm hoping we don't have to. It's gonna be a tall order. We're still waiting on some vital components to come in. Our batteries have still got to come in. A lot of the electrical stuff's got to come in. We're gonna push. Yesterday we had a huge day. Honestly, I didn't even get to film much because we were so busy. We were just really working hard. The solar panels did come in, the 80/20 came in, which is what we're gonna mount the panels on. We're hopefully we'll get that on the roof tomorrow. Exciting stuff going on, but I gotta stop talking and let's get to work.
Hey, all of you watching this van journey that we're on. I thought I would pop in and give you some detailed description of what we're actually doing. We're installing the air conditioner. So this portion of the video is sponsored by Pioneer. Thank you so much, Pioneer, for sending us this AC. There's not a whole lot of information on it in the market though. We couldn't really find a whole lot of videos to install it. This is gonna have to fit right over here. And there's certain holes that we are gonna have to drill, gigantic holes in the floor in order for the AC to sit here. So to deliver this to Kyle under the van, and we're gonna put gigantic holes in the floor of our van. So this is the space that we have to work with. We've got a cross beam here, cross beam there. So we need the holes to fit in here and on the other side of that cross beam. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. Are you nervous?
No.
No? You got this?
It's not my first rodeo.
Okay, Kyle, this is how it's gonna go straight up.
Took and drew with the light pad, and we traced through the bottom so that way we can actually see where it's going to be.
So as long as we're inside the wheel well, we're still underneath the garage. Well, when this is flat, this will definitely clear over here, I think, yeah? Is that the first one? Yep. That's where it's gonna sit. And then that's gonna put your exhaust coming off here, so we'll bring your exhaust off here.
So what we're doing is we're taking the X-Acto knife and we are tracing above and cutting out so we can then trace the line that the X-Acto knife made. That's where we're going to be cutting gigantic holes into the floor of our van. It'll be fun. Now we're actually tracing the black lines onto the squares. That way Kyle will be able to see what to cut. We've got the center for our hole saw, and then we have these stout, so that way Kyle can just take the saw and So let's get to sawing.
I'm not gonna lie to you, cutting these big old holes in the floor was downright terrifying. It had to be done, but we really made sure we marked our spaces really well. It ended up working out really good. This is a Pioneer mini split. It's not, I don't even know if it'd be considered a mini split, but it's a new unit by Pioneer, developed to go under the bench of an RV, kind of like dinettes and things like that. But this is literally the only spot we could fit the AC in the van. We ended up deciding the garage was going to be the only suitable place to put the AC. It worked out pretty good because we were able to put it pretty much toward the back, so we were able to still store quite a bit of our things. Socked 4 bolts in, and we were finished up. Welcome back to the van build, guys. I honestly don't even know what day we're on. We've had a rainy couple days, so maybe 9, 10, something like that. And I ran into Spokane yesterday, grabbed some more lumber, as you can see. Ended up getting a few other components, having to chase down some stuff. Getting there though, this van is turning into a camper van before our eyes rather quickly. But we still got a lot of work to do. Today we're gonna tackle it pretty hard. We got some pretty good looking weather today, so hopefully we'll get in a good few hours worth of work. Actually, the next 3 or 4 days is supposed to be pretty nice, so hopefully we'll be able to get quite a bit of work done before the rain comes this weekend again. Hopefully today we'll be able to get our solar put in from again to New Pala for sending us some solar panels to put on the roof. But without further ado, guys, let's jump right in and get to work and let's see what we can get knocked out today.
Speaking of going into Spokane, Kyle is headed there again. We had to make so many trips into Spokane to get things because we were about an hour away, and that really ate into our time. While Kyle was gone though, Jed, Sandy, and I took care of some projects that we could get done while the van wasn't here. And lucky for us, it was no time before he got back, ready to work again.
Let's go take a look at what is going on. We have got a bunch of projects that we're working on, a lot of stuff. So, how's it going?
Good. Attempt to install one of our Scopema seat swivels here from what allows us to be able to take the driver's seat and the passenger seat and turn it around, so when we're actually parked and want to function, gives you more options with your seating.
Sweet. Let's go check on and see what Sandy's working on. Hey Sandy, what do we got going on?
Nothing. No, we are working on all of our pre-wiring and wiring up our fans and our puck lights. There is a lot of wiring. It's very tedious, but I love it.
And you're in the shade.
I am in the shade. Kyle's in the shade too.
True. Van build is really coming together. We're pleased with it for sure.
I want to say once again, thank you so much to New Power for supplying the panels for this build. What we got going on here, we got 3 190 watt New Power monocrystalline panels. We're going to go ahead and connect them 3 together. That way they will mount up easily on the 80/20 once we get it in. One of the things I really loved about these panels straight out of the box is the build quality is super high quality. Really impressed with the build quality. Jed's going ahead and connected them 2 together right now. That way they don't move around when we go to install them on the 80/20. The 80/20 showed up. This stuff is really awesome. We ordered it on their website to the exact measurements that we needed. We ordered quite a few of the components on eBay. Here's Jed right here putting in the end pieces. 80/20 is really good stuff. You have the option to have them tap it, or we chose to tap it ourselves. All right, so what we're doing now is we're putting in our scope of the seat swivels. Basically what that's going to enable us to do is to be able to take our passenger and driver's chair and be able to turn them around and move them to be able to get more functionality out of them while the van is parked. So I got the passenger put in now. Jim's hanging out in it. So I've got a pretty simple, just a few bolts. This one's going to be a little more complicated because you've got this parking brake and you've got to, they sell a kit or an adapter kit that it comes with it that drops it down just enough for to be able to get the clearance of the swivel.
One of the most difficult things in the van build was scribing the walls. We had to measure and cut and measure and cut several times before it was right. And we're adding in our storage for our clothes. We're gonna have 5 people in here and we need to make sure that we have enough storage for clothes. And so Sandy actually came up with this system where we're gonna have little cubbies and we'll have baskets inside the cubbies. But not only will that be for the clothes, but it's also gonna support Molly and part of Eli's bed. And it fits in here really, really great. Meanwhile, Kyle is using some 3/4 inch sanded plywood to make Molly and Eli's beds. While he's doing that, I go ahead and get our cubbies painted so they'll be able to dry. And Kyle's cut up both of the beds and now he's gonna sand them, make sure that they can fit. Good thing because I'm wrapping up with the painting, letting it dry, and moving it off into the van.
I would venture to say about 90% of the interior of this van was pocket hold. What we got going on here is we're pocket holding the cabinet into the wall for the clothing. Reason we pocket hold it here on top is because the bed's actually going to be covering this part. Right here I'm putting in Eli's bed, which we laid across the dresser area, and I also had to make a bracket in the other wall to hold it in. This thing was really solid. I love how this cabinet turned out. It is absolutely beautiful.
And now it's the end of day whatever it is on this van build. We got the shrouds in for the Max Airs. We also got our LED lights in, as well as a fun little project for the front of the couch that I'm really excited for you to see. We also got our wall in. This is going to be the dog kennel. And on the other side is going to be housing our AC unit and going to be closed in for our garage for tools as well. A huge thank you to Pioneer for sponsoring this video. Come back for episode 4. We start putting walls up.
Was last seen on August 20th, 2022, missing from Springfield, Massachusetts. Born on October the 12th, 2007, 14 years of age, black female, brown hair, brown eyes, 5'2" and approximately 130 pounds. Tabria may still be in the local area. you have any information to the whereabouts of Tabria, please reach out to the Springfield Police Department at 1-413-787-6302. Let's see if you can try to help bring Tabria home. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch our video. We really appreciate it more than you'll ever know.
Our mission is to inspire you to live a life that you love.
If you like what you saw and you would like to see more videos, please go ahead and hit that little subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.